So business partners, you may recall that we did actually highlight that we are going to trade with precaution, meaning that we won't just, go in anyhow and so forth. An opening of margin calls is going to help us. Can you see here that the average price on this particular position is 108,000, and then currently this is where the Bitcoin market is at. That is 105,000 at the moment, and then the overall performance, according to what we see here, it's portrayed as plus 0.37. That's what we are seeing at the moment. Let me just quickly check something here, just in a moment. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so now looking at the average price of 105K, rather the current price, the market price, trading at 105. And this we're just saying that you may think that BTC, hasn't done much, even as of today, for instance, but it has done a lot actually. If we are to stick to our plan of trading, that is exposing more, rather increasing our multiple buy-in ratios, business partners, from the lower low, for instance. So we look at what is happening on daily basis, and then we trade according to what the price is doing. For instance, like I said, we trade what we see, and then we're not just going to open up more margin calls in advance without really knowing the direction of the market, whether it will be pumping or just consolidating, or it will maybe go down and so forth. When you trade with limited capital, you always want to use your money where it will make a difference the most, actually. So now look at this. You're looking at that particular, like for instance, you come here, we're going to the candlesticks. Let's look at the candlesticks, and then we'll get something from there. And in the process of us going to the candlesticks, please also allow me to look for what is that? I want to also look for trading view. I will come back to trading view to help us with certain tools that can help us with some minor technical analysis, simple things that will always help us go for better entry price levels and so forth. There are certain vicinities of price movement that we're not going to entertain, simply because we don't want to be trapped. We don't want to be trapped. We want to be profitable traders. We don't just want to trade anyhow, business partners, or haphazardly and so forth. We want to have a plan and then stick to the plan and so forth, so that we get the best out of whatever it is that is happening in the market. So I don't know whether the issue is with Royal Q at the moment in terms of pulling up that particular chart, because it keeps on thinking, and then so. But at the moment, business partners, we are here in coin market. Rather, this is not. We are in TradingView.com. This is TradingView.com, and then yes, this is beautiful. You will recall earlier we were on the laptop, but now we are on. On the smartphone, and now you can see those vertical lines that I spoke of. The vertical lines that I spoke of, just to adjust the system. These are the vertical lines that I spoke of, business partners, that these lines here, these dotted blue lines, actually they show you, they separate days, for instance. So now it means this particular, it means on where the arrow is, it was for yesterday, and then right on the dotted line, it's midnight, you know, midnight, that is between yesterday and today, for instance. So now you can see exactly where the price started at here. And then, so, and as of today, we are able to see literally that BTC is this, okay, let me push the red line. I wonder what happened to the red line. I thought it was right at the bottom, but it's no longer there. Let me check it from if it will update if I move it through. I'm just moving it through the laptop. I hope it will be, yes. Okay, I've just done it on the laptop and it has moved also on the phone. Business partners, now you can see that today's lower low is, here it is. Yes, today's lower low is around 101 K. Okay, I'm just quickly, please, trying to get the system right. Okay, I think it's getting there now. So now what is happening is that you can see the red line. It is the lowest actually BTC went. It's the lowest BTC went. And then what are we also learning, business partners? Can you see we have 3 lines of the Bollinger Bands indicator? That's the same indicator that we have in Royal Q, for instance. Can you see that the green line there at the bottom, the blue line that is for moving average, and the upper line there, currently this shows an area of overbought, and we are on a day, on an hourly time frame, and you are able to see it down here. Can you see them? This is 1H, and then we are trading, the pair we are looking at is BTC USDT. So that's it. So now it means after you've seen the dip, for instance, but also understand that there's also a certain level of fear when BTC price, or any price for that matter, goes down and you think it may drop further and so forth. You see? Maybe you thought it will continue to go down to even below 100K business partners, and then you may somehow be reluctant to increase your multiple buy-in ratios, and then also drop your margin call, drop percentage to 0.1, for instance. That is with an intent for this particular position or the next margin call to go in immediately. So now looking at this, you can see that literally the price bounced off from here and then it went up to 106. So which means whatever price that you would have put here, you will see results from it, business partners. That is just what it is at the moment. So if we are to literally measure, you know, the percentage that occurred from here to there, you will see that it's very good for any intraday trading. So always in our team, I think we can help one another with this. Always let's share screenshots in the group of BTC price, you know, playing along the lower band, and especially if it's not too steep. You know, when so long as it's along the lower band, I think, you know, not even you know, because at the moment, let's say for instance, most people will be in bed around this level. Okay, I'm just thinking of those that are in the SADC region, for instance. You will mostly be asleep around this time. But also due to consolidation, you see, when prices are opening and closing in a close range like this, one after another, you can see literally it is a period where not much is happening and so forth. You see? But moments where you see these kinds of up, down again, you know, this shows literally there is a momentum, there is a change. Something significant may happen at any time and so forth. So it's always good to, if you see moments of this nature, to share, you know, to share and let people know that, you know, let people know that you can, or they can get in and so forth. I want to check and measure for this. Hopefully we can get it, and then let's do this. Even price range will work. So look at these business partners. I'm just going to calculate the space between the bottom red and the top green there. Check how much percentage up this actually has gone to. Check. Look at that, business partners. So if you are to check nicely, you will see that this is 5.5%. You see, 5.5%. Imagine coming from BTC. You know, it's something very exciting. And if you are to check in what space of hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, within 6 hours, 5% was literally produced by the market. Even if, say, for instance, you would have entered somewhere here, when it broke below the lower band here, you know, you would have waited a bit longer before this happens. Let's calculate from where the arrow is at. You can see from there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, around 15 hours or so, you know, before such can be achieved, you know, or could be achieved. But imagine the fact that you would have entered your position around after the price broke below the lower band. That alone shows that you wanted to use your money where actually it mattered the most for you, where the price was much cheaper. You know, that is an area of oversold, you know, which means then you placed your money according to certain things that you had to first wait for instance. So that is where now what you will do is on your strategy, you have opened margin calls. Why have you opened margin calls? You switched from that bull run signature strategy of having a big first buying amount, because you could see that literally an upward momentum, it's not coming forth. Okay, so it's fine. Then you went and you made changes on your royal queue. You opened additional margin calls, for instance. And after doing that, let's come out of this. I think this could be due to HTX itself, because we are now on HTX. It seems like there are issues with network there. We can even switch to Binance if they need to be. But for now, this is okay. Business partners, this is BTC. You are floating with minus 2.24% there. Literally, you just need to exercise patience in this case. Don't find yourself pushing more money around. Meanwhile, your return rate, it's as it appears here. You know, don't find yourself being impatient. It's not worth it. You know, exercise patience, because you are holding a good position, and it's not your fault that BTC fails to break above 108, for instance. So as a result, you would always look at your price movement, price action, the candlesticks and so forth, and then now play around with your margin calls. You know, increase your margin calls according to market dynamics. For instance, when the price goes lower, like for instance, let me give an example. The quantity that you already have here, position quantity, or the amount of money that you have already put, that is position amount, that amount is already responsible for this good return rate, you see, which is a return rate of minus 2.21%. It's just as simple as that. It's a good one. And then it being okay like that, it means you just need to exercise patience. If the market fails to break above this average price of 108,000, it's okay. You take it easy, you relax. But if the market continues to fall from this 105 to 102, 101, and so I'm giving an example, it means the negatives here are increasing. You know, as the market goes down, your return rate also will be increasing accordingly. And that is where now your other position, number 6, number 7, number 8, or as it happens, are going to be placed at a much lower prices than 105, for instance. You see, 105. It means you're looking at maybe going into a trade around a certain. Let's quickly check here. If at the moment we only have 5, it means there's only one sub-bin position, which is position number 5. And then when we look at it, business partners, can you see that this position number 5 has entered not far from the current market price? If you are to look at that, you are able to see here. You are able to see, I'm going back. Let's come out. Back to strategy details. Okay. Now, if you, yeah, there are issues, I think, on HCX network. It's not good. When you look at these business partners, sub-bin position number 5, or sub position number 5, look at it. You see 108,000. Now, that is position number 5. You can see that literally it's not far from where the price is. Currently, the market is trading at 105,669 US dollars and 41 cents. And this one, the market is just a little bit below the position number 5. Therefore, it's important that you exercise patience. You've placed a position, and then in this case, it has entered with an amount of around $40, according to what I see there. But then there is patience because, you know, literally, it's not your fault that you know, the price is not moving as fast. You know, you are holding your position, and you cannot just place another call around 105,465. Meanwhile, the robot has just placed a call for you at 105,800. You can see the gap between 5 and where the market is currently. It's not that far. It means there's a fresh position that has just entered. So as a result, you are patient with this. And should the market fall from 105, okay, let's see, should the market fall from this, which you are already you have entered into, or you are already holding a quantity which was purchased for you at the price of 105,855 US dollars, and you can see that the market is just below with around 400 away from the position that has just been entered for you. So what you do now is you look at the latest margin call, which is margin call number 5, and this is the one that we are looking at here. The 5th call, here are the details. You get it from the sub-bin position, and you can see that this particular position, it's fresh actually. It means work has been done already. You know, work has been done, and as a result, you just need to be patient, and you will look, should the market trade maybe with, I'm giving an example, minus, let's say maybe minus, yeah, and I think this is some of the things that when you have time, you can do for yourself. If you are to check in terms of your margin call drops, for instance, let's go and check our margin call drops, and then we will see exactly, but at the moment we don't have actually here. And for me to confirm this for you, I will click here. When I click on strategy information, and then I go down business partners, we get to the strategy details. And okay, we do have actually another margin call. We do have another margin call number 6. In fact, we're going to buy up to 9 times as the market continues to go down, for instance. So now, can you see, business partners, that our next margin call is going to be placed at after the market has dropped with 1% from the average price of position number 5. And then that drop is actually meaning that the price will be around this call margin trigger price, meaning that if you take the average price of position number 5, you minus 1% from it. You know, it means if the market drops by 1% from that price of position 5's average price, then we're going to get this as an answer. That is called margin trigger price. So at the moment, you can see that should the market go down by 104,796, the robot actually is going to place a call. It's going to buy. Then it's up to you also to look at this from the candlesticks. Let's quickly change this to Binance, please. We go to Binance at the top left. Let's go to Binance because it appears as though HTX candlesticks are not coming forth the way we desire. So I don't know whether it's just network on my side, but it appears as though it's okay. But now we come here. Let's look for candlesticks from the Binance side. So here we are, business partners on the Binance side. You can see literally how the candlesticks are on a daily time frame. It's okay. It's trading above the moving average and leaning towards the upper band, you know, which is the area of overbought. But hey, you know, let's quickly come to hourly time frame and look at what we're trying to demonstrate on the other side. So here we are. Here we are. And then we can see literally that how the price is at the moment, that it is at an area of overbought. This is how actually the price is at the moment. I wish I can refresh. Let me refresh this by just going to 15 and coming back to 1 hour. Coming back to 1 hour. I'm hoping that the lines will. Yeah, I think this is much better. This is much better what I see here. So now looking at these business partners, you can see, look at how or where the price is, for instance, at the moment. So now because our margin call drops, remember previously when we placed the margin call drops, we didn't know how the market was going to play out. We knew nothing of such. So, but now I can see, business partners, that when the market drops by 1%, it will be around 104, for instance, 104 and so forth. But according to what I'm looking at now, I can see that the average price is going to be the currently moving average. It's below the current moving average. It's below 103,770. Look at where the average price is at the moment. You see the middle band there. It shows us an area of the moving average. You know, that is the price. You know, these actually bands are formed by the opening and the closing prices of that particular time frame. Currently, we are looking at an hourly time frame. It means as transactions are taking place, and then this formation is actually being plotted out for us. And then we can see literally that at the moment, you know, I wouldn't literally just want to enter around 104. You know, I will rather enter around 103 or so, business partners. So this is something that we need to be mindful of at the moment. You see that our BAU may need some adjustments. Remember, we are doing this manually in order to maximize our profit taking. That's what we are doing. So therefore, I'm not just going to stick with what is actually set initially due to the current market conditions. So I will rather have position number 6 be entered around 103 or so, business partners. So what I can do then in this case, I can perhaps add -2 or -1.5 and so forth, so long as it can give me something below 100 and let's say around 103,000, you know, something around here, just below 103,775 there. If I can get anything around here, you know, I would prefer that it gets placed around there, because if I'm to leave things as they are, call number 6 may be placed somewhere up here, which is still around the area of overbought. You know, Yeah, yes, it is above moving average, but it's leaning towards the upper band. I wouldn't want to push more money here because currently on this position I'm floating with -2%. So I would rather buy a bit lower, or wait for the market to correct itself by issuing a pump, for instance. Such can happen. So what are we going to do now? Let's quickly go and then work it out together, and then we will see exactly what we need to do in this case. We are rushing to the exchange where the position is held, and that is HTX. I'm just waiting for the system to show me that. Where am I at now? Okay, okay, we are going to that exchange. Let's go. We want HTX, and here we go. So what we're going to do, business partners, is simple. We're going to avoid the situation whereby a call may be placed after 1% drop, you see, around the upper band there. No, we don't want that. Like I said, we want to trade what we see. We want to trade what we see. This is HTX. We want to trade what we see. There is something on the HTX side. So now, this is what we're going to do now. We go there, and we may even pause, although it's still far because this is still on 105. I don't see the system running, but 1% can be issued should there be a drop. But what you can do sometimes when you're working, you can pause. You can pause so that you know what you want to apply, it's going to be actually executed. So that, of course, now we are busy explaining, and then in the background, the robot can absorb call number 6, for instance, which is something that we don't want to see for now. And if it can be taken, it's fine, okay, but we want to rather delay that from being taken too early or at the upper level, because we are now guided by the Bollinger Bands there. So now what we're going to do is simple. Let's now consider this price of the latest margin call. Remember, the robot is going to calculate. I think we've communicated this a few moments in our sessions. The robot is going to calculate the next margin call from this price. The next margin call, which is going to be margin call number 6. We're already at number 5, and then 5 numbers of margin call, and the 5th call is this one, the details of it. And then the average price, business partners, is $105,855.53. The confidence and the integrity of the platform, what we should have is that the robot will never sell or buy haphazardly now or anyhow, no matter how choppy the markets can be or how volatile the markets can be and so forth. The robot will always place positions in your favor. And now, this is for me very good to see that price of $105,855.53 is what the robot is going to calculate the percentage drop for the next margin call, which is margin call number 6, that we want to avoid it from being placed at the upper side of the Bollinger Band towards oversubscribed or overbought area and so forth, because there may be a pullback after such 5% upward that we have seen from 101,000 at the lower there to 100 and the market actually went up to 106 today. So that's where we saw that 5% up, which is good news, business partners, that being achieved from BTC. So what are we going to do? Simple. We're going to go to a calculator. So let's just open a calculator, and then we're just doing this for ourselves. It's technical way of working on your own position, to get the best for yourself, maximizing opportunities for you to collect better profits through and through, and then thereby you actually becoming a professional trader by so doing. It means we don't just thumb suck and then enter anyhow because people are making money in trading. No, we don't do that. We pay attention to our entry and exit price levels. So now we have 105,000 and then 855 US dollars and 53 cents. These business partners is the average price of the latest margin call. We remember numbers of margin calls at the moment are at 5. So 6 is due to be entered, but we don't want that minus 1% because it shows that the robot is going to buy around 104. And 104,000 is just below the current market price and at the upper side of the Bollinger Bands indicators. So now this is where we are at. Remember, our initial 1%, or according to the BAU settings, margin call drop, that is minus 1%, is showing us business partners that the robot is going to place call number 6 when the market drops to 104,796 US dollars and 97 cents there. We have seen this. And then we have also seen that this is going to be at it will be way above the moving average and then closer to the upper band. So when the pullback is issued, we will still be in a floating loss with position number 6 again. We don't want that. So now what we do is we simply come here, we try and get something less than 103,775 that we saw there along the moving average. Let's say if we put 2%, let's select 2% and see. If we put 2%, can you see, business partners, that we're going to be around the moving average? If we put 2%, we will be around the moving average. We have seen where the moving average of the current market formation is at. So let's go down with, say, 3%. This is much better. I'm happy with 3% now. This is going to be around 102, which will literally happen around just around or below just below the middle line there, or the middle band, that is the moving average. So I'm okay with that because I'm still literally bullish in BTC. There may be a pullback, so I'm okay with position number 6 being entered after minus 3%. This is beautiful, business partners. When you understand this, you're going to trade with ease and you'll always manipulate your settings in your favor. So let's quickly go and place minus 3%, for instance. This minus 3% is going to be much better for us because it will be somewhere around just below the moving average. We can even plot this particular price. We will see it for ourselves, but let's go and work according to what Royal Q is going to issue. And then now we go to trade settings and we go straight to call number. We go to margin configuration and we go to call number 6. Here we go on call number 6. And then what we do there is we will then place 3%. We agreed on 3%. And then let's go in with similar amount here. Similar amount on call number 6. So we 3.3 also, 3.3, or the same amount rather. So and then at the bottom there, we're going to click on show. Don't forget, we're interested in this call number 6. We're trying to push it a bit lower than where the market is at the moment. And then what we will do is we go down and then we simply are going to save so that the system can apply our changes. We just want to enter at a better price than where the market is at the moment. So now this is what it is. So it means if the market doesn't fall, there will be a reduction in the return rate. You know, -2 will become -1, -0 into profit. That will mean BTC will be trading above 108. But it's possible that the whole week can go by without BTC breaking above 108. Where will you be then if you try to, you know, push all your money around this area? You know, if BTC fails to break above your average price, you should be able to still collect money from this. Remember, I mostly don't promote you distributing your money into different coins, whereby when it's moment for you to respond to the market crash, you don't have bullets to fight with, you know, to fight back, and then you are just watching, and it's not nice that way. So now here we are, business partners. Let's go and check on strategy information. And now we are happy. Our margin call drop is 3% that we have been planning for. And then let's go up. So to see something very important for us, we need information. Okay, it's in here. Can you see manage strategy? This is where we will be finding what we are looking for. If you know, I'm looking for the prices for margin call and for taking price. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those. Oh. Can someone answer? We did actually answer this question, why we don't have a margin call trigger price or take profit trigger price. Can someone answer why don't we see it at the moment? I remember there was a time where we had a live session, and then I thought this Royal Q was working on the system, you know. It was a presumption, but literally that was not the case, you know. But it's okay. If you don't recall, it's because the position is not active. You know, the position is not activated as yet. So if the position is running, we're going to see a pause. So let's click on pause, and those prices are going to appear. So it's good that we know how our application functions, so that we know exactly when certain things happen, and we don't always blame it on network or system related problems. So here we are, business partners, and then what we're looking for ought to appear now. And then yes, here we are. Now we are able to see current status, meaning that when you have paused, that is when you pause there, your position will be off, and then as a result, the current status will also disappear. You know, the current status will also disappear. So now at the moment, happiness, because call margin trigger price is now $102,679 which influences the other margin calls that will come after this one, which is called margin number 7 also. It's going to buy at a lower price than the one we see here of 102,679. So no matter what happens, Royal Q will either buy at this particular price for position number 6 or lower simply because of a buy-in callback. Buy-in callback, you know, if the market continues to go down, buy-in callback will allow a price lesser than this to be filled. And then buy-in callback, when it kicks in, then the robot will buy accordingly. So which is more advantage? We should buy at this price or lower. And buy-in callback is the one that will make that possible for us. And that buy-in callback percentage we always show, even on the settings and even on the strategy details, business partners. Here it is. You see 0.01, you know, 0.01, because yeah, this is BTC, you know, yeah. So buy-in callback, there it is. So it means if the market doesn't go up by 0.01 after the price has been reached, that is called margin trigger price has been reached. If the current price gets to $102,669 what will happen is this price will be triggered, but the robot won't buy as yet. The robot is going to await this particular condition to be met, that is of buy-in callback. So it means if the market continues to deepen after it reached $102,679.86, the robot will allow that to happen. So it's possible that the robot, if there's a massive fall of BTC price due to whatever reasons, and maybe a massive engulfing bearish candlestick, it's issued by the market. So it's possible that even at around 101,000, instead of 101,000, the robot can still place call number 6 at, simply because of this particular parameter of buy-in callback. So it means the market will hit, and then it goes up by 0.01, then the robot will buy. So this is beautiful. So if it's up by 0, let's say 0.01, the robot won't buy yet, and the market pushes further downwards, the robot will allow that to happen so that it negotiates for even lesser price than the one we are looking at for the call margin trigger price. So this is beautiful. So then I'm at peace with lowering that price for call number 6 to at least around 102 business partners, so that, as you can see, the percentages are increasing here, minus to -3 and so forth, as the market goes down. And this is what we'll be looking at. As the call goes down, this is what will be happening. It can go to -4, it can go and so forth, and eventually our board will place the money where actually we want to see, and it is at around 102. So this is beautiful, business partners. It means we are trading with caution, and we literally pay attention to price action. We want to trade what we see, and not just what we think, simply because we have the money to fill in our calls. No. We want to be profitable, and we want to push even better money after a better price had been actually issued by the market. So this is what it is. It's 6 minutes past, and I think we will leave this here, and manipulating your margin call drops. Due to market formation, for instance, something of that nature. So I think when you watch the video, you'll understand why we literally had to reduce why we had to avoid the robot from buying around 104,000. You can see, business partners, as this goes up, as the price goes up, there's a reduction, -2.94. But when the price goes down, the negatives increase. So this is what it is. So that is why we don't want to rush to place our next call number 5 around 104 because of the formation of price movement that we have seen, even on the daily time frame, the hourly time frame. Even if you are to go to 15 minutes, you can see that literally a moment for profit taking has been reached. People are coming out, and the price can retrace, for instance, unless if there are giants like MicroStrategy, the BlackRock, and so forth, the influence of whatever it is that Donald Trump is doing that may push the price up. If such happens, then it's okay. Let it happen, and we collect profit from the positions that we are holding. But this year, we say no to being trapped. So that is just what it is, business partners. We want to be profitable as professional traders in this, and we wait for better prices. So this is what it is. And thank you so much for tonight. And then we're going to switch to a Q&A session. It's 8 minutes past at the moment, and then you are here, and there's something that you like to discuss with regards to your parameters or whatever it is that is happening in your positions, and we're going to help one another accordingly. Yeah, happy trading.